Hey girls and guys, today is the part 2 video of how to master your self-concept. It was kind of done on a whim, like I thought of probably the most important law of assumption topics and advice and tips and stuff, and I just kind of collated it into a video, but you guys seem to really enjoy it. It's one of my most recent, most popular videos, so I thought I would finish up with a part 2 quite soon after part 1. I hate when people are like, oh yeah, and I'll do another part or I'll do this soon, and then they never do. So I thought I would just get it done whilst it's still fresh in my mind and I can kind of relate it back to the first video. And today's going to be all new tips. I think I have 4 sections and topics that I'm just going to go over with you guys, give you my advice and my experience on. So please do thumbs up and subscribe if you enjoy, if you'd like more law of assumption videos from me, more advice or more self-concept videos. I can also talk about my personal self-concept successes as well. So yeah, please subscribe because it would mean a lot to me, and let's just get into it. So the first point is self-concept meditations. This is not essential. This isn't something like it's a rule list where you have to do this to manifest or improve your self-concept. It's just something that I and quite a few other people that I've heard from have used, and it's really helped them with their self-concept and just, yeah, overall confidence and love, whatever. It all relates back into your self-concept. So if you find anything on YouTube, also you can make your own, but on YouTube, if you find any channels or coaches or anyone like that that you really like and admire, and they have meditations and it's about like love or forgiving yourself, anything to do with yourself, that is your self-concept. So I'd recommend trying a few out. I personally, this is a bit controversial maybe, but I personally really like Manifest Fast with Jasmine, I think is her channel name. Her meditations are good. I don't like all of them and I don't listen to them anymore. I kind of reworded hers in my own and recorded it in my voice notes on my phone. So you can also do that, but personally that's my favorite channel for self-concept meditations. Sometimes I played them overnight as well. She has like 8-hour long ones. But for me, I think it was one of her original ones. I don't remember the name now, but it was about 12 minutes long. What was it called? It was something, I don't know if it had the word sexy in it. So I will try and link it below. If not, you can just go through her channel and just type in meditation, because she has like 20 or 30. So that personally was one of the topics that I really liked from her. And I actually found that they helped. I also really enjoyed one from Kim Velez. So both the ones from Jasmine and Kim's meditations. Again, Kim's was something to do with being a goddess. So she has only, I think, 2 or 3 self-concept ones, but I recommend them all. They've all given me great results, great emotional feelings when I'm using them. They're just very positive and uplifting. So do go check out those 2 channels if you're interested, if you are a woman, because yeah, they are geared towards like, they're not unisex, they're very like feminine affirmations and wording. So yeah, if that's not what you're looking for, then maybe they're not for you. But yeah, for any girls out there, definitely check out Kim and Jasmine's, because they definitely help. Like for example, there was an affirmation about your hair being long and flowy and like shining in the sun that they both mentioned. And I found that a few weeks after, I had moments where I was like looking at my hair when I was walking outside and it looked so shiny. So I definitely attribute it to that, because that instantly came to mind. It's just little things like that, or feeling confident, or other people telling me that I'm beautiful. I noticed little things like that. So those meditations definitely helped. They're kind of like a way of helping to train your subconscious as well, just to put all of that positivity into your subconscious mind. Typically, most people only have like gradual or a few small changes from meditations. You'd probably have to do it minimum once a day for like 2 months in order to see like a lot of tangible results. So I wouldn't say it's like something you should focus your entire manifesting time on, but they're definitely great additions. They're just great for putting you in a better mood, feeling great, especially right before bed, as your mind is kind of calming down and your subconscious is more open. So next point is to write a list of all your negative beliefs about yourself and then flip them. So this is a piece of advice I received from a coach. Just maybe take some time to contemplate or be more conscientious of your thoughts and think, okay, when I think something negative about myself, I'll remember that and I'll write it down. So when you make a reminder for yourself to actually be conscious of your thoughts, I think it's easier to do so. So if you don't already know, for example, oh, I'm so socially awkward, if you don't have a belief like that about yourself, then yeah, just try and put a reminder in your mind like, okay, throughout today, I'm just going to be aware of my thoughts, and anything about myself that's negative, I'll note it down. So those are the things you want to write down. Things like, oh, I'm socially awkward. I have trouble talking to guys. People always criticize me. I hate my legs. I don't know. It can be anything negative about yourself, especially anything really prevalent that you find has been a pattern for years throughout your life, I think is really important. And that's what I did for myself and all the key relationships in my life. I just picked three main topics, three main relationships with people that I really wanted to change. So yeah, you can do it for yourself because this is a self-concept video. I would recommend starting with yourself because that's the key to everything. So just those examples I mentioned are potential things you might believe about yourself. It can go much deeper, like I'm not lovable. Like some people, you know, do have those beliefs about themselves. So it's very important you write those down and on one side of a piece of paper, and then draw a line down the middle, and on the other side write the direct opposite. So it would literally just be like, I am lovable, I love my legs, or I have perfect legs, or I'm a social butterfly. Anything within your own natural wording. You don't have to use my examples, but whatever comes to mind as the opposite of that is what you should be affirming. So I recommend that as kind of an addition to your self-concept affirmations. I touched on some key affirmations to use in my first video, and they were more along the lines of being a powerful manifester. So now you want to get really specific on your own personal sense of lack and negative beliefs, whatever they are. It can be all about your body, it can be all about your mindset, it can be all about your relationships in your life, anything, just anything to do with yourself. Flip them to the positive opposite and affirm those. It's really that simple. You can also, if you don't have time or you feel like you have too many affirmations, you can record them on your phone or laptop, whatever, and just listen to them. That's enough as well, just as long as you're getting those new positive beliefs into your subconscious is what is key. So next is just a small tip, something that you might want to try out. I guess it's more of a technique or an affirmation technique, you could say. It is to rampage when you're feeling down. It can be when you're having a negative day. Yes, it's very difficult to put yourself in like a positive, I don't know, motivated mindset when you're feeling like rubbish and you're just having a horrible day and you're just, yeah, you just want to watch a movie and not talk to anyone in the world. But sometimes it's important to just force yourself to do these things because it is going to improve your mindset. It's going to lift your mood. However bad you feel, it will make some improvement. And yeah, so basically if you've just had an argument with someone, or like I said, having a bad day, just anything where you're not feeling, you know, at your feeling your best self, I would highly recommend just a 5-minute rampage or 10, however long you want to do. You could set a timer on your phone, which is what I personally like doing when I affirm, and I can do my whole affirmation technique and routine video as well. If you guys want to see that, let me know in the comments. But yeah, just do a rampage, set a timer for a certain amount of time, and just go somewhere quiet where you have privacy. You know, if you live at home with your parents, just, you know, wait until people leave the house or go for a walk and do it, whatever you want to do. Just 5 minutes or so will do, and just rampage them. So let's say your self-concept affirmations include, I'm perfect and I'm beautiful. It would be kind of like getting into this really like boss mindset where you're just like so sassy, you have the best attitude, the biggest attitude, and you're just like, you know what? I am so freaking perfect. I am perfection. I am more perfect than anyone else on earth. I am so beautiful. I am the most beautiful woman or man in the world. I am so beautiful that everyone stops on the street to stare at me. So it's kind of like that, if that makes sense. That's kind of what a rampage is. You can shout it, scream it if you want, you know, use whatever words, swear, like just get into that really like crazy rampaging mindset, and that will help as well with your self-concept. It'll just give you a boost of self-esteem and confidence and motivation. And yeah, you can relate it to, like I said, if you had an argument with someone, the opposite of that. So let's say you argued with your boyfriend and he said some really mean things to you, and then you stormed off and you've calmed down a little bit. Now you can do a 5-minute rampage and say, he treats me like a queen, he knows I'm a goddess, he knows I'm the best thing that ever happened to him. our relationship is so perfect, we are just like everyone's couple goals. Like, it can be something like that. It doesn't have to be your literal set affirmations. It can be new affirmations or anything off the top of your head that is positive, that kind of negates those negative thoughts and negative mood that you are in. So that's just a little 5-minute exercise you can try out anytime you're not feeling great or you feel those negative thoughts coming on. I highly recommend a rampage. It has got me quite a few successes in the past. So final point is another kind of technique which I've heard a lot of people do. I've done it myself and I find that it does work quite well. I think the concept is called mirror work. I might be referring to it incorrectly, so apologies for that, but I do believe that mirror work is simply standing in front of a mirror and looking at yourself directly and then, you know, repeating positive affirmations and just speaking positively to yourself. So what I like to do and what I've learned is best, in my opinion, is to stand in a really confident pose, which when you first do it, it's going to feel so silly and weird, like you're acting or like you're pretending that you're like on a TV show. But honestly, the more you do it, the more natural it will feel. Now it's a part of my regular routine to every so often do that. Like, I don't feel weird or silly standing in my room in front of a mirror doing that. So just like put your hands on your hips or whatever to you is the most confident boss like stance. Like, what would Beyonce do? Like, what would you do if you were like the most confident A-list celebrity, supermodel, whatever? Like, just do a crazy pose that makes you feel confident and really good about yourself. And remember, you're alone, like no one can see you, it's just you in front of the mirror. So then you want to repeat either your set self-concept affirmations. You can, you know, spend part of your affirmation time for self-concept in doing the mirror work. So let's say you want to spend 30 minutes a day affirming for your self-concept. You could do it like half of that, 15 minutes, every day standing in front of the mirror and then repeating for 15 minutes those self-concept affirmations that you've picked. Or you can pick completely new ones that literally imply that you just have the best attitude, the most sassy. They can be completely exaggerated. They can be just whatever comes to mind that day. That's more than enough because it's going to train your mind to think more positively and it's just going to put you in a better boosted mood and mindset. And yeah, it's better probably to repeat every day or every time you do mirror work the exact same affirmations, but they don't have to be the exact same as your overall self-concept. So let's say one that you've picked that you need to work on overall in your life is saying that you're beautiful. You don't have to do that for mirror work. You could literally say, I am the most confident person in the world. So it can be anything you want, but I would recommend then repeating those ones every time you do mirror work. The thing that will probably give you the most benefit is an area where you need to work on the most. So for me, for example, I felt that sometimes I had negative thoughts or negative assumptions where, you know, I'm not the most important, I'm not a priority to other people, or I'm not the most important person to other people when they're, you know, making plans. Or some people, you know, friends might cancel plans and then it makes you think, oh, well, this doesn't matter to them. Something you might want to do is then say, I'm the best thing that can happen to anyone. And that's one of mine. That's one of my mirror work affirmations, which I can go over all of them with you guys, give you guys all the kind of tips that I've picked up and my favorite ones. But for me, for example, because I felt like I wasn't a priority to people, I started saying that as one of them, that I am the best thing that can happen to anyone, which is so exaggerated, but it honestly does help. And when you say it, when you look yourself in the eyes, standing confidently and you say it to yourself, it probably does have more of an impact on your subconscious and just like consciously as well. I don't know how to explain it, but it makes you feel really good. And at first, the first time you do it, it might feel really silly and embarrassing and you won't believe a word you're saying, and that's totally fine because your subconscious is believing it for you. You don't have to believe it. It's going into the subconscious. So those are my top tips. Couple of techniques like rampaging and trying out mirror work, and then also just overall boosting your self-concept with some meditations to relax in the evening. And yeah, those are all my top tips. I hope the video wasn't too long, but you guys seem to enjoy the Law of Assumption videos. Please do thumbs up and subscribe if you like this. And again, if you want to see any specific videos for Law of Assumption, do let me know, and I'll see you next time. Bye!